All right, what's up, guys? Going to try and get a perfect score in Matrimonium, which is this week's coalition event. Matchmaking is all messed up, so I am matched with a level 12 Sorin, probably from silver or gold or something like that. Because who else would try and play a level 12 Sorin in a platinum match? And my deck is this one here. I mean, all pretty standard vampires, lots of removal. A Rick Smithis, because I just got it, and it's an amazing card and great to pair with things like World Tree and Hagra Mauling's, what do you call it? It's land forming support. And then Blightcaster is amazing in this event because of the blood token shield gets reinforced really quickly, and each reinforcement basically causes the opponent's creatures to lose -2 every time, and so you're pretty much just doing -10 on their creatures every turn, and that will wipe out most of them. Not always, but for the most part, it really works well for that. So basic strategy is build up your hand, put a lot of vampires in there. You kind of got to wait until vampires are on your side in your hand. But with enough removal, and I have Mask of Gristlebrand in there to regain my life if I need it. But yeah, all you need to do is just, with the matchmaking being bugged, you're probably not going to take too much damage if you get set up with one of those crappy opponents. So pretty solid strategy. It's worked for me so far. Obviously, I'm close to perfect. So that is the name of the game. Let's go ahead and start this match and see how we do. All right. In this battle, the only thing that's really going to be a challenge is having the patience to wait for my creatures. Because, look, our opponent only has 28 life. So if we put our creatures down right now, we're going to win too easily. But the nice thing is, one of the supports, the one that gives you blood tokens, also fills your vampires in your hand with mana. So let's take a look at that real quick. It's not even letting you. I'm like tapping on it. It's not letting you even see what it's saying or what the support even does. So wow, they really worked out all the bugs in this event, didn't they? The mana field in our blood token will help us draw new cards, so that's nice too. So they're giving us a lot of help as far as how to win this and give us objectives. So it's a pretty easy event, just a bit annoying. So yeah, Zagreus has haste, which is great to speed things up for us. And play this event enough times, and the blood token almost never gets destroyed. So that's almost an auto complete for objectives. So there's blood token. Let's make sure our objectives. Okay, there you go. So yeah, just if you're trying to go perfect, make sure you keep your vampires in your hand until you got 4 of them, and you can win by putting them down, and you get all your objectives. So that was easy enough. Okay, so this one is by far the trickier objective, and it's not even that difficult of an objective to achieve, more or less. It's just very annoying and forces you to play with a really weak mechanic. You have to cast 4 or more creatures with base power 2 or less, and transform 2 or more creatures with Disturb during a single fight. Now, Disturb is a weird mechanic that I don't think have even figured out. It's really buggy. It forces you to play with really cheap creatures, which are not very powerful. I mean, I like Devoted Graph Keeper because it lets you disable target creature, so you can even disable your own if you're winning too fast. But Paladin class is there to speed things up when it's time to win, when you got your objectives all filled out. And everything else is meant to just stall until you hit your objectives. Vanquish the Horde will, of course, get rid of everything that you're up against, as well as put your creatures in the graveyard. So I really like that card for that reason. Teferi, Starfield of Nyx will bring back any of the supports that I've destroyed because of sifting through my deck and all that. And then, of course, Teferi, if you don't know what that card does yet, you should, but it helps to remove everything from the board once it gets going. Teferi, who slows the sunset, is a good support for this matchup as well, because not only can you pick one of the cards you want from your library, but it destroys the rest of them. So if you put your creatures in your graveyard, then you can disturb them back into play. So a lot of stuff happening here that helps keep you safe, suppression bonds, and then yeah. So I pretty much laid out the strategy here, and let's see how well we do. Okay, so first thing I'll do is get some of these disturbed creatures on the board, because we want them to go to the graveyard. So it's actually totally fine if they destroy them. So we're up against a vampire deck, and if we need to, we will vanquish the Horde. But I'll wait a little while. So I'm not even sure what they played to oh, okay, study break. Wow. So this is a good time to vanquish the Horde. They got pretty out of control there with Cascade. So one of the other reasons I like to use Teferi for this node is because he's got built-in great control. Once I get to his third ability, that's going to help keep the board clear, which I'm already at, and that's great. Wow. It's just extreme luck happening here. So let's go ahead and... I don't want to put Paladin class down too early because it's such a good card. It just starts to win things too quickly. So I think we've hit one of the objectives. So now all we got to do is transform these cards, and we will do that by hitting blue and white matches, which is not happening so much just so far. But with Teferi's third down, I should be able to keep our board pretty clear and clean. Okay, so there's our first. I don't need to disable it. Start to buff it. So all we need is just one more of these creatures to come back out, and then we could start winning. Maybe I should charge up a Paladin class just in case. Well, let's just go ahead and do that too for extra protection here. So there's our second Castigator, and I think that means we've hit our objectives. Yep. Cool. All we got to do is win now. Oh yeah, and also Starfield of Nyx buffs our creatures as well, so nice little extra bonus that I sometimes forget because I don't use it very often. Oh yeah, this is another weird thing about Disturb. Disturb creatures, it forces you to replace creatures, which is annoying, but if you are ready to win, just disable the creatures in your hand. I forgot to do that because I forgot that. It's a stupid thing that I'm hoping is just a temporary fix for how Disturb is working right now. I really hope they fix this whole mechanic before they run this event again, because it's obviously very buggy, and it's really dumb that they don't make sure everything is working as intended before they run an event like this, especially a coalition event. But whatever. I mean, it's an easy event to win. Not now. So as long as you remember to hit not now and you're prompted to cast a disturbed creature, that's fine too. It won't force you to put a new creature in. So there you go. Pretty easy event overall, I think. The objectives aren't that hard to hit as long as you build for them, but you do need a lot of cards, especially on the top node, to help keep yourself safe. So Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Vanquish the Horde, Starfield of Nyx, all those cards are great for controlling the pace of your matches, which is really what you need to do to go perfect in this event. So just to prove it to you, I'll show you my score here. So that is 140. No more charges left, and I'm at rank 1. So there you go. What is our prize going to be? 5 measly mana jewels, but 3 booster packs is nothing to shake a stick at. All right. See you in the next video.